moly, it's beautiful and cold. But I'm here. What? That's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna go check in and chill out. So I'm super smart and I didn't stop at like a currency exchange or anything. And so now I have to go back downtown, which is only like 5 minutes from here. But I gotta go downtown to exchange my money for Canadian dollars. So that's what we're gonna go do. It's gorgeous out here. I can't complain. Good freaking morning. It is May 12th. I'm leaving Banff. I did a lot in the last 2 days, and it was so much fun. Loved every second of it. I hiked the Johnson Canyon up to the ink pots yesterday with a friend, and and then I tried going to a pub crawl. I don't know what was going through my head when I had decided to grab my bag, put it away, and then only grab my debit card and my hostel key. I didn't grab my ID or my bus pass. The first pub did let me in, but I was very lucky. Why? I don't know. But I'm glad they let me in. I had a lot of fun. Super chill. Everyone's so nice here. Like, what? Yeah, and my voice is still kind of bugging me. It doesn't normally sound like this, but what can you do? I didn't book this camp spot, but there's nearby ones, so it just has to work out, you know? The way I have seen sun, rain, and snow all in the last 2 or 3 hours. Oh, I have like another half hour to go. But I'm almost to Jasper. Right now, it's pouring down rain. And it's very windy too. I just stopped to use the restroom. There's a little trail over here, but no, even with like my rain jacket, I'm just like, nah, that's okay. I'm at the camping spot. I'll show you my setup in a second, but I have a terrible story. This is not funny. I mean, I am fine, but it was really stupid. So I bought a Jetboil, right? And I was like, I'll just figure it out when I get there. I like tried to figure out how to use it when I got home, and I never got like the flame to ignite, and it's a self ignition. I forget the name of this burner. Something Mo. Anyway, long story short, I blew that shit up. And I was literally just listening to a podcast about wildfire ecology. and maybe how to not start wildfires. I could make excuses and be like, oh my god, this is my first time camping, like, alone, which is crazy. Not crazy, just like I've been camping, like, I know better. That's my story. I'm eating my soup cold, and I'm gonna have a cold beer to go with it. This is girl dinner. So I literally have this whole area to myself, and this is the car. I could have set up a tent, didn't feel like it, so I just laid that guy down, inflated this bad boy, and we have the sleeping bag, pillow, and obviously all the window covers. I'll cover the front windshield later, but there's no one here, so I don't really have to worry about it, and she looks good. So far, I'm noticing a theme in the last 3 days of me traveling, and that is stress causes me to forget things. Take, for example, the night that I was packing, I realized that I had left my backpack somewhere and didn't know if I was going to be able to get it back, and I don't have that backpack, so that, like, obviously is, like, a good thing to have, and I just don't have it. And then I didn't bring my camping chair or my ukulele. The day, like, arriving to Banff, I was just, like, going back and forth between the hostel and downtown, and, like, between downtown and, like, where my car was parked, and basically I was just, like, making everything more complicated than it needed to be. And obviously there's only so much that you can plan out, and solo traveling, or really any form of traveling, is going to involve some sort of curveball and just moments where you need to problem solve, and that's totally fine. But there are some things where, you know, you should probably know better if you're gonna go do something. Maybe do a little more research. Sometimes I'm really good about doing the research, and other times, like, the stress just makes me want to avoid the whole thing entirely. So yeah, and I'll just pray, and I'm like, I hope this goes well. I'm very grateful for the last 3 days. It's been so wonderful meeting new people, and now I just get to, like, enjoy this little spot to myself. It's, like, honestly the perfect weather. It was raining the entire time that I was driving, and I pulled up, and now it's clear skies. I mean, at least not raining. I love it. And not that rain's a bad thing. We need rain, but just ideal for where I am right now. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this. I will rant without a point. That's just how it is. And it's okay to talk without having a point. So if you needed to hear that, there you go. Good morning. I think it's like 6 in the morning. I slept really good, actually. It's a little bit chilly, but not bad. And I'm gonna get ready and hit the road. What's today? It's Tuesday, May 13th. much ready to go. Just need to let my windshield defrost. This is a really nice spot. I'm glad that I found it. So shout out iOverlander. And I'll be driving for another 7 hours today to the next campground. That one looks really nice. I think they have a lot more accommodations, so I'm looking forward to that. I did just fine, minus the cooking situation, but we don't need to worry about that. Alrighty. This has easily been the most boring part of the drive. It kind of feels like driving in my hometown. And we're here in Fort Nelson. Holy shit, that was a long drive. Yeah, I'm gonna eat dinner. They have a restaurant here, which is dope. I don't know how vegetarian friendly it is, but that's okay. Also, the sunshine, oh my word. And there's like, again, no one here, so it's so nice. Yeah, not much else to say. I'm just exhausted. I'm running on coffee, trail mix, and a plum. Why do I do this to myself? I couldn't tell you. I'm glad that I leave so early in the morning and I get here in the afternoon so I can just kind of wind down and chill out. I could like do more driving throughout the day, but it's just too much. It's way too much on the body. I need to rest. So yeah, it's working out really well so far. I almost forgot to mention that this rock hit my windshield. Let's see if it'll focus. Not much I can do about it now. There are other like cracks in my windshield, but they've been sealed. So hopefully I can do that when I get to Alaska. But yeah, that was really freaky. But anytime something like that happens, I'm always like, thank goodness I have a windshield, right? Like, thank goodness it protected me. It did what it was supposed to do. So just one of the many joys of traveling. Good morning. It's May 14th and I'm excited. I'm very excited for today because I'm going to be going through the Leard River Hot Springs, Watson Lake, and then driving 1 more hour to my next camp spot. It was freezing last night. Like, my throat does not feel good. So that's like number 1 on my list is to get tea, but I'm also buying myself bug repellent because that was one of the things I thought I brought with me, but I can't seem to find it. Yeah, this was a cute little campground. So thank you, Fort Nelson. Some coloring. My friend Carissa gave me a coloring book and some markers. I think they're all mandalas. Yeah. The cool thing about mandalas, the person that started making them or drawing them, he would draw them in the sand, but then they would get washed away by the water because he wanted to signify that everything is temporary. My original plan was to drive an hour further than Watson Lake to an area called, I think, Silver Creek, something along those lines. But then I felt hesitant and I was like, it's already 5-6 o'clock. I kind of just want to go to bed. Like, 1 more hour isn't gonna make a huge difference in my trip. Tomorrow I'm gonna be driving 8.5 hours. I plan on journaling and just kind of reflecting on like how I can be more prepared for these kinds of road trips. Yeah, and I also want to meditate and really focus on like just like raising my vibrations, because I've been like pretty stressed. I don't need that. I really don't. But you know what? I'm really glad I pulled out this coloring book. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. I will link them because they're so good. Especially Ologies by Ali Ward. She interviews the coolest professionals, whether they're in science or psychology or, you know, anything. And I also, a recommendation from my friend Abby. It's called Second Date Update by Brooke and Jeffrey, I believe. That is the juiciest, funniest show I have ever listened to. It's basically these people calling in being like, I don't know why this person hasn't called me back. Like, we went on this date. I thought it went well. Like, I need some closure. It is so good because you get just such a mix of people calling in, such a mix of people that are like receiving a phone call from the hosts of the radio or podcast show. It just takes such unexpected turns. I love it. And then I've been reading this book called Late Migrations. And so far I really enjoy it. I wasn't entirely sure what it was when I bought it, or like when I picked it up to start reading it. But it's a collection of poetry and stories that relate to nature, to life, grief, death. Like it's very beautifully written. It's very sensitive. It's very relatable. Some of it takes place in a more modern time. Some of it takes place in like late 1940s Alabama. I wish I brought my clear sticky notes. It's not a necessity, but it's kind of nice for annotating versus writing in the margins, but I just might start writing in the margins. One thing I've been thinking about too is the last 6 months or so, I've been working nonstop. And I don't just mean nonstop, I mean 7 days a week, 2 jobs, school on top of that. As a lot of my friends know, I wasn't doing anything that I enjoyed really. I was spending very little time with my friends or my family. I was stressed, I was overwhelmed. Something as simple as like cleaning my room felt like so daunting. That period of time came in such a weird time. Like, it wasn't planned. But I had like been seeing someone. When our relationship ended, I had already agreed like to help out at this other job, and I knew that it was gonna take up the 2 free days that I had. But this is a job that I really, really love, so I was like, it'll be fine, like not a big deal, but it's still work. Just a different pace than like a cafe. Oh my god. At first it was fine, right? But after months and months, like it got to a point where I just was like caring about my jobs like more than I should. Obviously it's good to care about where you work, but I was like way too invested, and it took such a toll on me. I had this like crazy mental breakdown a couple months ago, and I realized that I haven't had like any time to myself in that time. Like very little. So the last few days have been interesting because all this time has been with myself in my car, outside, reading, eating, and I will say it's a little bit uncomfortable. I enjoy my own company. But it's very different. And I've been feeling very anxious just about like what the next step is. I'm like, okay, so tomorrow morning I have to do this and this and this and this, and then I gotta get to this place, blah blah blah. I don't know. I can't seem to like just be here and relax. So that's a big part of why I would like to meditate today. But yeah, this will be good. Like going to Alaska, having like whatever schedule they give me, and being able to walk to work, doing whatever the hell I want during my free time. A long-awaited update. Today is May 15th, and I'm in Whitehorse, Yukon. And let me tell you, today was a day that I'm grateful for, but it could have gone so much better, but I won't focus on it. As you can tell, I'm laughing because I think I've overcome everything that I've needed to for today, if that makes sense. Anyway, this morning I was like, I need Wi-Fi. I'm gonna go to this cafe. And it had pulled up fine the day before, but then it didn't pull up this morning. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll just start driving to Whitehorse. And then I make my gas stop. My card declines. And I'm like, oh, awesome. One of the other reasons I needed Wi-Fi. Luckily, this place had Wi-Fi. So I go inside. I'm like sitting at like the table in this grocery store. Yes, there was like a table with salt and pepper and 2 chairs. So I'm sitting at this table. I get connected to Wi-Fi. I check my account and I'm like, oh, fantastic. Not enough for anything. So I call my mom. I'm like, hey mom, it's that time. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm going to pay you back. She goes, it's okay. I'm having a great day. Like, I'm just at Goodwill. I'm like, good for you. And anyway, so we're chit-chatting, and I'm like, yeah, everything's beautiful. I'm just exhausted, and I want to be there already. Okay, let's see here. Why are you turning? What? What is happening? This road is so weird. Oh, it's merging. Wait, what the anyway. And then I turn on my car at this gas station again, right? And I get a little fun pop-up on my dashboard that says maintenance is required soon, which means I need an oil change. I'm like, I'm not getting an oil change here. I was like, if I can run my Volkswagen for way too long after I need an oil change, I can do that with this bad boy. So I decide, you know what? I'll buy oil in Whitehorse and I'll fill it if I need to, but I'm not going to get an oil change right now. So I go to Walmart in Whitehorse, call my brother, and I'm like, what do you think? And he's like, I would look into it just to be on the safe side, but you're probably fine. So I check my oil. I sent him pictures of what it looks like after like wiping it onto the paper towel with the dipstick and blah blah blah. He goes, yeah, you're good. I was like, sick. So I bought the oil anyway. So today I'm driving another 4 or 5 hours, and tomorrow I'll be driving 7 hours and be arriving at my final destination, which is so exciting. I feel really good. Yeah. What else did I do today? I got like a huge jug of water. I should have done that from the beginning, but oh well. I've been eating peanut butter sandwiches, those like fruit leather bars. I have some like Muddy Buddies that Carissa gave me. So good. Way too much peanut butter in my system, let me tell you. And now I'm drinking a Red Bull. This was my first energy drink of today. I just cracked it open. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm feeling a lot of things. I'm feeling crazy. I've been listening to the same songs like over and over again. But I downloaded another playlist to switch it up a little bit. So I have that to look forward to. I have a couple more podcasts I could listen to. I did listen to another podcast episode today about like the importance of birds like that pollinate. And you know, it was a cute episode. It wasn't Ologies, I will say that. But I felt like it was maybe more for kids, or maybe just not my thing, because while I learned a lot, I was pretty bored because his voice was pretty monotonous unless he was making a joke. So I tuned out a lot of it, but it did kill some time. Thankful for all my friends that have been texting me. They're like, how you doing, girly pop? Like, where are you? What are you doing? So I appreciate them a lot. This is the last campground I'm staying at before I get into Alaska tomorrow. So that's a great feeling. It's roughly 8 o'clock. Look how bright it is. Like, what the hell? So we love that. I'm gonna like really organize my car and my belongings just so it's like easy to move in tomorrow. And then freaking hit the hay. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Let me say it again. I'm really tired. Yeah. So, love that. Yep, that's it. Okay. Good night. Good morning. It's the last day of driving. Oh, hallelujah. Hallelujah. So far, I've driven 1 hour and spent $8 on 2 pretty much mini blueberry muffins and some hot water, like a 12-ounce cup of hot water. The water was much needed, and I'm not mad about spending $8. It's just a lot. But yeah, I was just kind of hoping to find a place where I could like wash my face and like try to look cute, but I think I'm gonna head to the border. I think they're open. I should probably find that out. I saw an owl today, and it was the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. I've always loved owls. Like, when they brought owls into my classroom in the 2nd grade, that literally changed my life. Like, that did something to my brain chemistry. I just find them so fascinating. I used to be obsessed with them. Like, I would draw them all the time. And I would do like not to brag or anything, but they were very realistic. I couldn't tell you where those sketchbooks are now, but anyway, yeah, there was like some roadkill, and it was just in the middle of the road, and luckily I was already going like pretty slow, and it had just like flown up and like gone over to a tree, and I was just like in shock. Like, its wings are, I just was like, holy shit, that's huge. And I was like, oh my god, it's an owl. Anyway, so that's my story for this morning. Definitely a highlight. You know, obviously right below spending $8 on water and a muffin. Y'all, I can't express how badly I needed to pee for like the last 20-30 minutes, and I was like, there has to be a rest stop somewhere. Like, I hadn't seen one for so long. Finally, I see a sign for a campground, and I was like, I have to go there. There's a huge waterfall here, and I'm eating a peanut butter sandwich. It feels perfect outside. It's a little cloudy, but it couldn't have worked out better, and I didn't piss myself. So yeah, we're literally almost there. I'm so excited. Wow, I've never felt such relief, and I never want to drive again, but I can't get into that mode yet. I got to keep going. I'll tell you when I get there. This is so good. Wow. Well, howdy. I'm here. And let me tell you, when I got here, I was so confused. But I ran into the best people. They drove me into town. I got situated. And yeah, so my next video, I'll kind of show you around town. I'm in rural Alaska, and it's gonna be freaking awesome. That's all I have to say about that. I'm as settled as can be, and it's gorgeous here, so stay tuned.